Hey guys, we're from Group 7 and today we're going to be talking about our topic, which is background music and exams. For our introduction, we will begin by defining what background music is. It is any music played while the listener's attention is focused primarily on the task or activity, other than listening to music. The function of background music is to enhance learning. Many studies have been conducted on music and cognition, with the earliest beginning during the mid-20th century. This was to prove that music can affect cognitive functioning. Background music have an effect on cognitive due to the spatial-temporal reasoning. Now let's move on to our first point, which is background music and stress. Low and high frequency background music will affect the stress level of a person. When you play low frequency background music, it tends to reduce the stress level of a person, thus making them more relaxed. Whereas when you play high frequency background music, it tends to increase the stress level of a person, thus making them more motivated to complete their task. Low frequency background music can be played the day before, 1 week before the exam, or the first half of the exam. This is to ensure that students are relaxed enough to be able to concentrate on their paper and not panic. Whereas high-frequency background music should be played several weeks or several months before the exam, as well as the last 15 minutes of the exam. This is to ensure that students are more motivated to study, as well as have the motivation to complete their paper on time. Although many studies have been done to support this claim, there is a study that stated that the frequency of music may not necessarily affect the stress level. Instead of the frequency, it may be the arousal of music that would affect certain people. Now, moving on to our second point, which is background music and cognitive. This point is divided into two parts. The first part being background music and concentration. Before we continue, let me just define what a white noise is. A white noise is a random mixture of sound frequencies with equal intensities. This white noise helps to improve concentration. An example would be rain, water, jungle, or fire crackling. Now, there are two parts of the human brain that would focus on concentration. One is the neocortex, which controls our conscious thought and limbic system, such as the memory, learning, and emotions. The second part, which we'll be concentrating on today, is the basal ganglia, which controls motivation and eye movement. The basal ganglia is evolved to keep us alive and safe, which overrides more advanced areas. It is also the reason why we are very easily distracted. When it notices something change, especially visually or a noise, it needs to quickly assess whether it could be a threat. The brain will immediately switch its attention to a change happening in a surrounding. This would explain why we would become so easily distracted. Fortunately for us, the part of this brain is so advanced that it can recognize patterns to see if it's worth its efforts processing this new information. If it's not, then it will just discard the information. A white noise background will quickly become filtered out by the brain. For example, you forget an air conditioner is making noise until someone mentions it. Therefore, steady background noises like this can help prevent distraction by making all the other noises less noticeable. This will in turn help mask out other sounds in the background which otherwise would be instantly heard if there was a silence and alert and distract your brain. The second part is background music and memory. A study stated that music actually hinders test performance for academics, while another stated that the presence of music does not influence the memory result. However, the result will be affected if the performance was not taken in the same place. An old study stated that the test performance was best taken in the same environment. For example, if students listen to soft background music when they are studying, and listen to the same background music during an exam, it will help them enhance their memory so that they can remember better what they have already studied. As a conclusion, our implication would be that schools should play the same background music during the test to stimulate memory and reduce the stress of the student. The school should also encourage teachers to teach while playing some background music that would arouse the student for better learning. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.